Your NBA top props of the night from the Sharp app coming up next. All right, guys, not our typical as we lose last night for the first time in a while. We dropped 1.9 units, go 4-5 on the night. Harden just absolutely killing us. We are 3-6 on all of our Harden bets. We're down 3.2 units on the Harden bets by themselves. Overall, of course, doing pretty well. 94.8 units up, 55.6 units in the month of April. So not going to cry over those 1.9 units that we gave back last night, but man, we got to get these Harden bets right, and that'll really start improving our record. We are picking 59% overall, and that matters only if you are betting with the proper juice, right? If we were betting all minus 200 favorites, 59%, not very good. But 59% based on the fact that we are averaging minus 106 on our plays. That's about 51.5% needed on a minus 106 play in order to break even. So 59%, tremendous. That's as good as you will see. I had a couple of years in the NFL where I was in the low 60%, and that's about where we're at here because NFL, right, you need to be about 52.4% to break even on the spreads. So we're talking about another percentage point. So to be at 60%, picking minus 110 games, 60 to 61% would be comparable. It's unheard of. It does happen, obviously, on occasion, but picking at this higher rate, unheard of on these. And we have over 600 examples now. We've played 600 plus of these prop bets. So the more and more that we put in, the sample size grows, the more validity to the model and the system that we're using. So I like where we're at right now with these 600 plays, and I certainly like where the record is. So hopefully you guys will stick on board here. Those who are new, welcome. Hopefully you weren't new last night. I hate to see you start in the hole, but there's always going to be someone jumping on each and every day. We'll try to bail you out here tonight with the plays. Before we jump into the plays, parlays. You guys have been asking me about parlaying these. Now, if you are picking at a rate as high above where break even is, parlays are going to be profitable as well. Obviously, parlays, more risk. We need to hit, if it's a 2-team parlay, we need to hit both games, 3 teams, so on, or 3 props in this case, I guess, so on and so forth. You need to be able to win all of those bets in order to win the parlay bet. Therefore, your bet size needs to be smaller, right? I talk about this in the bankroll management stuff. If you are going to strictly, let's talk about strictly parlaying 2 at a time here, then you're going to want to be playing these for a 1 unit, right? So we're still playing them to win 1 unit, but now we're going to decrease the amount at risk that we have. So let's just say you take the top 2 props of the night, you put them in tonight's going to be a single game parlay, right? You see what that payout is, and you play it to win 1 unit. What you're really doing is you're able to now, if you're a $100 unit player, instead of risking, let's say, $110 on a minus 110, a couple of minus 110s, we're risking 110 and 110 in order to win a unit on each. You may want to drop that down and just play it to win 1 unit on the parlay. All right, that's one way to do it. Or what you could do is maybe play a portion of it on the straight bets and then a portion of your wager on a parlay. Let's make it simple. We're just dealing with 2. So you've got parlay A, parlay or prop A, prop B. You're going to take a fraction of that. Let's say now you're going to take 3/4 of a unit, and that is what you're going to try to win on prop A, and then 3/4 of a unit on prop B, right? That would equal, if you win both, 1.5 units. Let's say your goal here is really to win 2 units if you hit both of these props correctly. I would then take a parlay that would earn me a half a unit back. So therefore, if both of these win, I still collect my 2 units. And for the $100 player, let's say I make $200 if both of these props win. But now my risk is lowered. Of course, I'm going to not, if I split, that's where I'm going to lose a little bit more. But when I lose both, of course, I save a bit because I'm not risking as much. Just different ways you can play this. And then you could fool around with those numbers. There's nothing hard and set by playing 3/4 of a unit. You could bring that down to a half a unit, increase the size of the parlay, right? So your parlay would go up. If you're going to risk a half a unit, maybe you'd play the parlay to win one full unit. Okay, so you can mess around with this, but you're going to try and keep it to the point where you're not risking more than you need to be on any one particular play. So if you're going to put them in multiple parlays, then you're going to have to keep decreasing the size and the amount at risk. Because I see often people play parlays and they're like, well, I'm playing a small, they're $100 better, but they're playing parlays small. I'm playing $20 parlays. Well, they put in $10, $20 parlays of like 6 and 7 leg type parlays. The risk for each one of those individual plays is far more than they would have if they were straight playing, right? Just straight betting those plays. So hopefully that makes some sense to you guys. Just a little bit of advice on these. All right, let's jump into the picks for tonight. All right, our first pick tonight, we'll go with the only player that we're using on the Memphis side in the top props, and that is Desmond Bane. We're going to look at rebounds. 4.5 is the number. That's right about his season average, and we're taking the over, one of the rare overs. We actually have more overs today than we do unders, but we're going to take the over. As of this morning, it was minus 115 on Fanduel. We have this projected at 6.63 rebounds, and that's well over his average. Like I said, the average is closer to that 4.5 number, but Bane getting a lot more minutes in the postseason. Now, that has not translated yet to major difference in his rebounding output, but with those minutes, we'll play the probability here that we're going to get over that 4.5 number. So that's going to be our first play, and then we'll head over to the Minnesota side of this game for play number 2. All right, before we get into play number 2, I just want to thank you guys for the love on social media. I see you guys subscribing at a pretty good rate on YouTube. We're starting to increase the numbers there. The downloads have been increasing tremendously on the Sharp app, so thank you all who have done that. If you're watching this for the first time, make sure you download the Sharp app and head over to YouTube and give us a subscribe over on YouTube. This way you know exactly when videos like this drop. It increases our numbers, helps our awareness, and guys, you can help us by promoting the Sharp app and these articles and videos to your friends, to your sports betting groups that you may be a part of online on Facebook or Reddit, wherever it may be. That helps us out tremendously. So guys, we appreciate all that you are doing to help us, and we will continue to try to give you the content that you want to help you become profitable at this game of sports betting. With that said, let's get on to the pick number 2. And I'm going with rebounds again. We're going to go to the other side of this game since one game here tonight, and we'll go with Pat Beverly rebounds. We're going to take the over here. 3.5 is the number to beat. Caesars has it at minus 160. I did see this creep up since I put out the article earlier today. Just more reason, guys, you need to be inside of the Sharp app and have the Discord so that you know when the article gets posted. The over-under, like I said, is 3.5. We're projecting 6.12 on this. Now, we're laying quite a bit of juice. Like I said, this is over on Caesars. Beverly's a 4.5 rebound a game guy. We are projecting much more than that, but even at the 4.5, that's over the 3.5 number. Just projecting 4.5 at this kind of juice might not be the play, might not be a play that I'd want to make here. But since we have this projected so high, his average is over 4.5. I feel pretty confident on this play. And I think the number has come down because we just have not seen that many rebounds out of Beverly so far in the postseason. Let's just go back. We've got game 1. He did get the 6. Then he went 2, 2, 2, and 3. So he has not hit that 3.5 number yet in the last 4 games. So I think that's why we're getting the number a little bit deflated. We're going to pay some juice on it, but we're getting a lower prop number to beat than I think we should be. This probably should be a 4.5 to 5.5 line, but they posted at 3.5. We're just going to have to pay a little bit more juice on it, but I do like the over on this play. So those are the 2 I've got for you guys today. Make sure you're inside the app to get the rest of the plays. Some single game parlay opportunities here tonight. Good luck, everybody, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.